What's up, homies? Welcome back to Agents After Hours. Our podcast is for the agents who want to talk about the parts of this industry no one wants to say out loud.
We're Erica.
And Paige.
And we're here to bring you unfiltered, unapologetically honest real estate talk. So pour a drink, take a breath, and let's dive in, baby.
Let's dive in. It took me literally 30 seconds to read my line, and Erica has it down packed. So
yeah, I do say mine often, so I'm getting the hang of it. So welcome.
Welcome. So before we dive into our topic, which is going to be a fantastic one, and I'm so glad that Erica found this, and my vibe is not 100% there yet, but it will be as we start chit-chatting. But Erica didn't know about my 4th of July situation. And so I started talking about it all casually, and she's like, what?
What are you speaking of?
Which is all over Facebook. Hundreds of people saw it, just not Erica. But that just goes to show that she is not a scroller on Facebook. She's out here doing business shit. But anyways, 4th of July. We were out. I was actually up in the bathroom taking a shit, okay, when this all happened. I was trying to poop, and I heard crying. So I'm like, oh, my niece woke up. You know, my youngest niece, she's probably scared from these fireworks. And I'm literally coming out of the bathroom door, and the stairs, my brother's stairs in the bathroom. So, like, they're right there. And so I open the door, my brother's running up the stairs. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I gotta get something. And I was like, all right. So, like, I'm like, what the hell? Everybody's panicking. Everybody's crying. I go outside, and apparently... So my brother, where we were lighting off fireworks, was on a cul-de-sac road. So there's like no reason for you to be driving down that road unless you lived down there. So this fucking quackhead decided that he was going to go down that road, swerve towards my kid, Danielle's kid, and her husband who are lighting fireworks, hit the fireworks setup. All these kids, like the kids and Nathan had to jump back to get out of this guy's way, goes down to the end of the cul-de-sac, speeds back 60 miles an hour. Like, what the fuck? So we're screaming, hey, this kid's here, blah, 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 you know, part one. Okay, whatever. We can, if that was the end of the story, I wouldn't even have made a Facebook post about it. But then this quackhead decided to show up 5 minutes later and just park in front of my brother's house. Just sits there. Apparently he had ran over my brother's neighbor that is behind him, and then the one that was in front of us. Like he was speeding through the neighborhood, terrorizing it. So one of the buddies that we had at the party ended up going up to the vehicle and was like, hey man, is everything okay? What are you doing? Like, why are you driving like that? And he's like, get the fuck away from me. And Brandon's like, no, what's going on? Like, why are you here? You can't park. He's like, I'm just parking here, minding my own business, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, you need to go. Well, this guy ended up like pushing the car door onto Brendan. So Brendan ended up like pouring beer on him. And so then all of a sudden the guy in the car started reaching. So Brendan started backing up with his hands up, and I saw it, like Brendan backing up. And if Brendan is backing up, like if you know Brendan, you know that like he stands on business. So if he starts backing up with his hands up, that means he sees something. The kids are inside the house crying, screaming, standing at the window watching what's happening. I run in. I think this guy has a gun and he's about to just start open firing on everybody here. So I run inside and I'm like, kids, you need to get down, get away from the windows, because I didn't know what was going to hit. I was shutting doors, all the things. We're calling cops. He didn't have a gun. Thankfully, he had mace, and he sprayed the fuck out of Brendan. And then my husband. So Brendan is like an open target. He's a sitting duck. So is my husband. And my husband starts shit talking this guy. And so he turns around to start like macing Brandon, and ended up like driving away, diffusing the situation, not diffusing, calling the cops. They show up, they arrest this man, they take him because battery. You just fucking maced somebody who, when you just ran over all their shit, we have it on camera. It was just pretty crazy. Like this whole situation, just like very frightening. The kids were screaming because there's like 10 kids there, and they didn't understand what this commotion was. And, you know, it was crazy. 5 cops showed up. Like it was just insanity. But yeah, that was my 4th of July.
So the cops arrested him there in front of your brother's house?
Yeah, well, kind of like down the road, the guy tried to pull off, and so he arrested him down the road. But the guy in the car called the cops and said that he was fearing for his life. We're like, what?
From you guys?
Yes! Like, dude. So he was in jail. He bonded out yesterday. So
Do you guys like get notified or anything?
So Brendan did, because he was technically the victim of the battery charge because he got maced. So yeah, but I guess he tried to run him over, I think, too. Like when he pulled off, I think he tried to run Brendan over. And so he has battery, and then criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon, which is his car, and then criminal mischief because he was terrorizing the neighborhood. So,
What the
yeah.
heck? He was not
And
having a good 4th.
he was not, but he was like blaring anti-Trump music. And on the back of his car, he has pro-America, anti-Trump. And I'm like, don't get me, like, I can't speak for everybody that was at that party, the 4th of July party at my brother's. But what I do know is we're not pro-Trumpers. Like, so if you pick the wrong house to try to terrorize, like, we're not lighting off fireworks as 250 years for Donald Trump. We're lighting off fireworks because it's fun as shit to light off fireworks. Like, and that's the day that we can do it. So you don't get to just like try to kill people because you don't like Trump and we're lighting off fireworks. That's crazy behavior.
That is crazy behavior. And it kind of, the weather kind of sucked on the 4th, actually. If we lit fireworks pretty early, and normally we do that late, but we had a good one. I hope you guys all had a good one. Sorry about your craziness. That's a lot to take in. Hopefully the kids aren't too traumatized.
I think my niece is probably the most traumatized by it all.
Yeah.
So.
Poor baby. That's
I know,
crazy.
So that was my crazy story for the 4th. I hope, like Erica said, I hope everybody else had a better 4th. And I mean, my 4th was great until that happened. And that's kind of some drama and tea that, like, I wish it didn't happen to us, but it did.
I know.
Kind of...
Did you guys get to light off your fireworks, or did he break?
Yeah. No, we got to light them off.
Good.
So.
Good.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, Erica, what are we talking about today?
Okay. So I know we've all seen the meme where, like, the lady it's like a cartoon character or a dog, I don't know, but someone's sitting there and they're like, me scrolling Zillow with $20 in my bank account, talking shit about the brown cabinets and like a house I could never afford or whatever. So, like, I thought it would be fun because I feel like this is something that we could do as a group instead of even just agents, to talk about like fun real estate hot takes. So we have lists of some. We have some for like clients, like buyer seller. We have some realtor hot takes, money hot takes, some spicy opinions, and some like things just about the houses, you know, that we see in and out all the time. So I thought that we'll just kind of take turns randomly picking them, and then we can both like talk about it. So it's kind of like a little game.
Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Do you want to start?
Okay, yes. So this is one that's near and dear to my heart. All right, gray is officially out. This says specifically gray floors, but I'm just going to take it a step further and say gray.
I don't disagree. I actually had a conversation with a contractor this morning because he's installing new floors in the house that I'll be listing. And he was like, I don't know what color. And I was like, please don't let him pick gray.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it was trendy. It was cool. And I don't think there's anything like wrong with it. And I think, so in full disclosure, when we bought our house, they had one paint color and it was gray. And I think they had like multiple 5-gallon buckets. And so there's still parts of our house that are gray. But from being here for a while and like slowly taking it out, you can tell a big difference. And it just looks cleaner. It looks brighter. It looks more happy.
Yeah.
But I went through a gray phase. I'm not going to lie. I wanted everything gray, gray cabinets, gray floors, gray walls, gray carpet. Like I also went through that phase. But I do think that like I've walked in houses where I'm like, okay, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
One example of that house, like the bad gray, was our rental house when we bought it. Now, it didn't have gray carpet, gray floor, but the walls are like this dark gray. And it was so bad. And I don't know, it was so dark in there. I think that like letting go of the gray a little bit can really do wonders.
And don't make gray a permanent thing. Like your floor shouldn't be gray. Like don't make them gray.
Why not the walls? You could paint those.
Yeah, like you can paint walls if you like gray. You can always, I'm the type of person that I like my walls and my floors to be neutral, and I'll accessorize like my pillows, my curtains, my blankets, my decorations. If I want it to be fun or colorful, I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll paint an accent wall. But like I'm never going to like, I don't know, not now, probably because I had several maroon walls back in like 2012. Because maroon was such a popular, and burnt orange and brown and tans were such a popular color for a minute.
I can get behind a burnt orange.
I can now.
You know what?
Not in my gray era. In my gray era, I was like, get rid of this brown.
Yeah. So there are really pretty grays, like Sherwin-Williams. I think like peppercorn is one. It's like almost blackish, but it's like
it's
a
the color
super
of our
dark
office wall.
Okay, yeah, like charcoal gray. I really like that. I think that's really nice. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, one more thing. I'm so drawn to this, and I've taken so many pictures of these over my years of showing houses. I love a purple bathroom. I love either a lavender bathroom. I actually wanted to do, sorry, Wancho. I actually wanted to do like a color drench in one of our bathrooms with like a really dark, like plum color. I don't know. And I'm not like a super big purple person, but I love a purple bathroom.
I agree. Like,
Really?
or so a plum purple. I also love like a dusty pink. And like,
I love, yes.
mm,
I love like I think my favorite is like a lavender bathroom. I love it. And I've never done it in my house. I don't know that
I
like I
don't think
could
I've
get
seen a
air some.
lavender one.
Love it. I don't know what it is. And I don't love it everywhere, but I love it in the bathroom. So your
Oh,
turn.
I don't like the lavender bathroom.
You don't like it?
I don't. That's too light for me, I guess. I'm not a huge purple person, so I feel like lavender's like but a plum bathroom for sure. I love the moody. But what I was getting at when I was talking about brown, where I was in a transition, when we were talking about brown, so oak kitchens.
Okay.
Like I remember like oak trim, oak cabinets, everybody's like, "Oh, no, I don't want that. It's so dated." I feel like wood is finally starting to come back. It is getting away from the
Oh,
orangey colors.
love me some wood.
Me too. Do you think white kitchens are getting too boring?
Yeah, I do because I love okay, I have so many thoughts. So I like light bright in my house. I'm not really like a moody person except for I went through something where I painted everything like the dark green. Love that. Well, two walls, but they're big walls. I don't know. I like white cabinets, but like when I see the wood cabinets, I'm obsessed with them and I want them. And my grandpa built his house in like, I don't know, 2002 or something and put the most beautiful cabinets in there. And even as a kid, I loved them. And that's like a weird thing to say, but I loved them. And so like when I see them, it just was like we grew up there. That's where we lived for like a majority of my life. So like when I see them, it just feels like home. I love like wood. I
Yeah.
even like wood trim in some instances. I mean, like
Yes.
there's
If it's tastefully done.
if it's tastefully done. My favorite house that I ever sold to this day, my favorite house was like $200,000 house. The most beautiful house I've ever seen. The guy was like a woodworker and I don't know how we got it for this price. I'll never know. But like the floors were wood. It had the wood trim like that he custom did and stained to like all match beautifully, like the railing going up. The doors. Oh my God, I loved it.
Yeah, I would agree. Again, blank canvas. So like white kitchens to me are not boring, but I might do like a wood accent, like open shelving or do browns and tans for my like dish towels or I don't know.
Like you
But
wouldn't do white on white, like white cabinets, white countertops,
I would.
white
I
backsplash.
I
Because
would still do that. But
I
then
don't
like
hate it.
my coffee bar has a dark wood accent. My pantry, the shelving has a dark wood accent. My handles are black, so it has more of a darkness. My floors are blonde. So like I feel like it's only boring if it's like if you walk in and everything's white.
Yeah,
Like
I think
there has
any
to be
house though.
contrast.
Yeah, with any house, like I feel like you need to warm it up a little bit because white can feel sterile.
Mhm.
So I think you have to have like warmth and like wood
Yeah.
definitely helps with that big time.
Yeah. What about barn doors?
I don't hate them. I think that like in some situations that they make a really great use of space because sometimes you don't have the room to open up the door. Where I kind of have beef with a barn door is like when it's on a like an ensuite and somebody's taking a shit and you can smell that because there's really no like good, you know what I'm saying? Don't love that.
Or they don't shut and latch lock properly, so there's like a gap and you're like if somebody wanted to be a peeping tom, they're looking in there. I agree. I think they're cute if they're tastefully done, but I used to fucks with the barn door. I'm like, I want a barn door everywhere, and I'm so glad I didn't do that.
I like closet doors, barn doors I think are cool because they can save space. Like especially
Mhm.
if you have like bifold doors that like
Or
take up a lot of floor space.
yep, I like the double barn doors where they can open, but I also don't like when you open them and they just like flap. That drives me
Yeah, put them
nuts.
on a track and they're just like, open, I'm opening, I'm opening. And I know what you mean. They like flap in the wind.
They do, and I'm like,
I don't like that.
get some control. Jesus.
Get a hold of yourself. Oh, that's crazy. Okay,
Yes.
here's one. Okay, so I have a question for you on this one because I have a lot of stuff. I have mixed thoughts on this. Okay, Shiplap has had a good run. How do you feel about that?
I have shiplap in my house.
Do you love it?
I feel like it's tastefully done.
Would you
So
redo it?
no, but I
No.
don't dislike it enough to take it out.
Do you think that one day it's going to be like wood paneling? Like that we walk into a house that's all wood paneling and we want to rip it out?
Well, wood paneling usually has nothing behind it. So in my
You have to
sunroom,
re-drywall.
so in my, I don't think so. I think I can fill
What
those holes.
What do you mean? Fill the holes with what?
Like on a wall. Like, so, okay. So next to my fireplace was drywall and we put shiplap on it. We nailed it in with a nail gun.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't glue it. So
You chose it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
chose
this
to add
is
the shiplap. Okay.
years ago. But yeah,
Okay.
like when
No,
we
I'm
first
I'm
bought
just
it.
curious. Like, yeah, if it was there, you chose it. I like it.
I put it up. I think it was nice accents on the side of my fireplace. Like,
Cool.
so that's what we did. And it's white. My fireplace is black. And we have a wood mantle. So, I mean, like, I feel like it flows fine. But when we go to redo next to our fireplace, we will be removing it. But I don't have to. But so wood paneling. If you take off wood paneling, there's usually not drywall behind it. Next to my fireplace, there is. Out in my
yeah.
sunroom, there is not. So the wood, the shiplap is the drywall.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to redo that.
Okay. What makes you want to do it out there but not inside?
Because it's every wall in my sunroom.
Okay.
So
I would say I'm pretty much, I like the shiplap at your house a lot. And I do like it in some cases. I think that I'm pretty indifferent about it, but I do wonder if like it will at one point be like wood paneling where people are like, oh, what was going on when people started doing wood paneling is what I want to know. And like in our house.
Joanna Gaines shit, but
but
of
then they're
day.
like, what would be better is if we flipped it so it was horizontal instead of vertical. That would make it much better. We should just do it like that.
Bigger pieces.
But we have one room in our house that has it. And our house was built probably like late 50s, early 60s vibes. I want to rip it out because that's actually where like I would want to put like a baby room is there. Yeah. And so I would want to, because I think it's a good size and I like how it's on the back. There's so many things I like about it. But we'd have to take it down and put drywall up. And I'm just like, why would they do this? Because even when you paint it, it's never the same. I don't love wood panel.
Yeah.
But shiplap is, I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't have a problem with it. I have no beef with it.
Mm-hmm. I guess this is a question that I just saw it. I'm first of all, there's two things that I didn't. One, it said sometimes Zillow comments are entertaining. Zillow has comments.
God, I don't even want to.
I didn't know that. So I'm kind of curious what that is because that could be literally a whole fucking segment of reading Zillow comments of houses that are not here.
That would be fun.
That would be fucking hilarious.
And I would love to see the ones that are here.
That is true. That would be kind of funny. I was just trying not to be controversial on that and pick our own like locals because I feel like that could make some enemies. Anyways, but what I read or what I saw that I want to talk about, buyers reading the listing description. Do you think they read them?
I think that they do. I think that we may not maybe read them as much. Well, like I'm going to pay attention to the age of remarks. I'm going to skim it. I think that I do read the descriptions. I check the stats. I check like the numbers, like the square footage. Like I look at that stuff. I will say I don't always like go through so many pictures because the buyers have already done that and they already know that they like it. Unless if I'm sending a listing, which I do want to talk about in a sec. But I think that they do. But I mean, I don't think we need to be like step into this beautiful oasis home and this and this and this. Like, I don't know. I think I don't know that they're reading all that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know if they are either, but then I do have some buyers that throw me off. They're like, yeah, I saw that in the description. And I was like, I didn't. I skimmed through it and must have missed that small little line. So I do skim through it, but a lot of it's selling and that's selling to the buyers. Like all the important data should be on the seller's disclosure. Like if you're saying new this, new that, that's usually on the seller's disclosure. And usually I'll read that of that. But you know, I don't care about you saying like a great front porch to sip your coffee on. I'm not reading that.
But
buyers can read it. I'm not reading it.
Yeah, and it's good to have it there because now, like, if you look on Realtor.com and like a lot of in Zillow or whatever, when buyers are searching for things, they're searching like terms, like and things like that more than like their zip codes. And so I think to get your listing on there, I think it's important. But
I do too. For a buyer.
Okay.
I don't need as an agent to know that this front porch is great for sipping.
Agree. Do you find yourself looking at all the pictures or do you kind of just skim them really quick?
Anytime a house pops up, I skim them very quick. And when I say I probably could push a button.
Yeah. Me too. Because in my opinion, the buyer has already read it. Here's something that I've been taking a little bit more to heart lately. I have a new client, which I love them. I adore them. And I was very, I'm getting to a point where I want to be the one to send them a listing. I want to be the one to find the house. And I I feel like when I was very super buyer heavy, I was kind of like, you'd get the auto search or whatever and they'd send it fine. But like currently my stack of buyers, they all need very specific things. For example, one needs 2 living rooms. One wants 5 acres, but wants like specific like character. So like you can't really type that into the MLS. One, what I can't remember, they have like something else that they need. I'm like, okay. But I feel like lately I've been wanting to make it my own personal mission. Like I want to find it for them and I want to send it to them. I don't want them to find it on their own.
That's so funny because I feel that way recently too.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not always like that. I feel like that's an ebb and flow type of thing, probably with this season of like how super busy.
There was this one house that like, so I sent them a ton of really great options, right? Like, because I don't have them set up on an auto search because they're not the type that want to get a million emails. So I'm like, okay, I told Eris, so this would be like my biggest buyer. And I'm like, look, I want to, I'm going to make sure that I'm in there every single day searching. And at the same time, I'm going to make sure I'm doing that for all my other buyers because I'm looking at the MLS every day. Yes. But like, I don't know, something flipped in my head. So I say that to say, we walked in one that they had sent me on a whim at the last minute and they wanted to add it in. And it had just came on the market like that same day, like the night before. So there was no time for me to be on the MLS, but obviously they're scrolling. She loved that house so much. And it was like the one for them. And I was like, and they're like, you sent us so many great options. Cause I did. And like when they were walking in there, they're like, okay, yeah, you're really getting what I'm looking for. You're understanding. And I was like, bro, that is the point. And I think that like,
that is
maybe I relied too much on like the auto search and like, oh, well, they're searching, they'll send it to me.
100%.
Now it's like, no, every morning, like I'm making sure I'm sending something if it fits their vibe because I want to find it. And I want them to say, thank you so much for finding this for me. I don't want them to be like, I found it on Zillow and then my agent showed it to me. I want to find it.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Or I mean, I think it's important. I've been recently also doing the same thing. Which is wild to me. It must be in the air right now. So if you're a real estate agent, like keep that habit. If you're starting out, start that habit, keep that habit. Don't let it go because that is what that's also part of what we get paid for. So
yeah, no, for sure. And I do think like it's very easy now. The buyers have a lot of information. They have since I got into real estate. So I'm not going to say now like this is new. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like I think I realized how great of a feeling it is for them to like acknowledge like, hey, you're actually listening to what I'm saying. I loved it. Okay. So one I wanted to ask, realtor hot takes. This is under the realtor section. Not every successful agent is a great agent. I agree.
I agree.
Big time.
You can have great advertisement. You can have great PR. You can have great optics. You can be busy as fuck. And so that alone creates a false sense of trust sometimes. But then like, I also think that there's a big difference, like, and I don't think buyers really understand this, but like agents can be great to you, but if they're difficult to work with behind scenes and we have multiple offers and they're identical and it's coming down to who's easier to work with, like, and the seller wants to know which agent is likely to fight to keep this together. And we know that you're a shitty agent and you're a lazy agent. We have to give our honest opinion. We have to represent our sellers the best and make sure that we can get them to the closing table. So people need to keep that in mind too. Like, how is that agent with other agents as well too? So, and just because they do a lot of deals doesn't mean a lot of people like them in the industry.
For sure. So I just had a buyer reach out to me. This is a new one. I'm actually going to show homes to them today. And I was so excited about this because I want to obviously like be mindful of what I'm saying, but a really, really, really old friend of mine, like I'm talking like 5th grade, 6th grade old, had an older sibling who ended up reaching out to me. And I was like, that's so cool. So she's like, yeah, she had mentioned that her husband wanted to like look online and look at like agents that were like maybe from bigger companies specifically and like, had different, I don't know exactly what they were looking for, but she's like, no, ultimately I see you and, we want to work with you. And I just thought that was so cool because people do want to go to Google and like they do. And I obviously like, as agents, we focus a lot on our Google business page, but if you Google South Bend Realtors, like what are you're not coming up, I'm not coming up, like the people who pay to be there are coming up. And that's just not something that I want to do because I would prefer to work with people who have picked me for that reason, not because they found me online.
That is I think you should say that publicly.
Say what?
The people when you Google realtors are the ones that pay to be there, not necessarily the best ones.
Oh, yeah, that.
I want you to say that on a Facebook status and let all the agents share it.
You know me, I just kind of like, I don't.
You don't play that game?
So along the same lines, it says the best agents always aren't the loudest aren't always the loudest online. I think that's true. I do think it is important to have an online presence because people want to have something to reference and they want to see how you're working. And again, my entire business has been built that way.
They kind of want to know you. And like
Yeah.
they want to know you. They want to know you like more on a personal level, even though this is a business deal. Yeah, I mean, one of my friends, I mean, she's an incredible agent. So fucking good. And I wish that, I mean, I can't say I wish because I can't want for her more than what she feels comfortable doing. Like social media is just not something she doesn't want her life to be out on blast like that. And we've had like several conversations about it. She posts like every once in a while about her listings and her sales and stuff, but she's a damn good agent. So I
Yeah.
wish more people knew about her. Like as her friend, I'm like, come on. Like, but that's not how she wants to live her life. And she does just fine and she's content with that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've personally found it easier for me because, like, if we are busy, we can kind of show, like we've said, the things that we're doing.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier, like, if you're on the go, like, to kind of just pop on because you might not be able to make it to every event and you get to kind of be yourself. And then that way, I guess what I'm saying is if somebody has found me online, which has happened on Google, then I guess I feel it's a little bit more difficult or nerve-wracking for me to go and meet with them than someone who has DM'd me and it was like, "Hey, I want you to
Yeah.
help us do X, Y, and Z."
Yeah.
Because it's
I
like
agree.
they haven't seen that side of me or they haven't seen me yet, so
Yeah.
they haven't formed their first impression. So,
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Burning question.
uh,
Open houses.
I've sold a couple at an open house. I've got clients from an open house. Sellers like I did one yesterday and got 0 people.
That drives me nuts. But I also think that like for me personally, I don't like doing them for several reasons. But they make me very uncomfortable. They make me feel very unsafe. I'm usually feel like a sitting duck in there. And I feel like if nobody shows up, I could have utilized my time better. But also, like now I'm starting to think like if nobody shows up, at least I just sat there for 2 hours and was able to work, like bring my computer and be able to work maybe like on social media that I need to do that I've been procrastinating or, following up with contracts, organizing my shit. I feel like open houses, I feel like every new agent should be doing open houses. Like,
Yeah, because you do get clients from them, and also it gives you the opportunity. A lot of those people are coming in unrepresented, unpre-approved, so like it kind of gives you the opportunity to do that, but also guide them in the right direction and get them kind of working with like your team and your preferred people. Gives you a chance to meet them. It also gives you an opportunity to get content of your listing if you haven't yet. If you don't have amazing marketing like we do, you can do that yourself. Gives you a chance to learn about your house that you're selling, and hopefully some. I'm assuming you have done your homework, but at the same time, example, the house that we did an open house for yesterday. There's so many things I love about that house. Like it has its pros and cons like any other house. But there's so many things about that house that I'm like, I just want someone to come in here so I can personally show them like, hey, have you thought about this? Like, look at what this
yeah,
has to offer. This is,
yeah,
and when we did the walkthrough with our marketing lady, I was telling her, I was like, oh, but check this out, check this out. And she's
yeah.
like, you need to like show this to people because walking in here, you're not really going to notice that. And so it gives you also an opportunity to do that. And I always like when I show my own listings, I've done it multiple times. I like to do it because
You
if I'm
can
taking
sell
a,
your house.
yeah, yeah, I like to show like I wish agents would be like, hey, can you show my buyers this house? Absolutely, I will send them over because
Yeah.
they tend to go great.
Yeah. True. I also think that if you are a new agent and you don't have any open houses, like listings for you need to do them for other people. But I think all content, it also gives you a chance to be able to sell it and then also have real life interaction with buyers. And so you know how that dialogue works and what kind of questions they ask and things like that. It just gets you in front of people to get more confident being in front of people and having conversations about real estate and houses and facts and data. So I think that that's also good practice if you're a newbie.
Okay, this is kind of a funny one. I just want to ask you, what do you think about this?
Is it going to trigger me?
I don't know. It could. I kind of laughed at it. Every realtor does not need a podcast.
Listen, our comment section, I don't think we should have talked about that.
What?
Our fucking comment section when they're like like on the podcast are like every realtor trying to act like they're famous. And I'm like, we're not.
I just like it. It's just fun for me.
It's just fun. And we're not like doing mass photo shoots and have like over the top, like shove it down your throat. We have a podcast. We're not doing the fancy shit. We're like a mom and pop podcast that like, we're just here to have a great time. Like,
that's what I'm saying. And also the things that we do say, like the people that are saying that are not obviously listening to our podcast clearly, but like how many people have reached out to you and been like, your guys' podcast has helped me, or like I didn't realize that other people felt like this. And even if it's one person or two people, which it is more by the way, but like even if it was only one or two that we were like, yeah, this shit is hard. It's isolating at times. And so at least for me, sometimes I'm like, I should be so grateful for this. I should be so happy for it. Like, why am I complaining? But then like to hear someone else go through the same thing and be like, no, that's frustrating to me. Like I would feel very validated in that.
100%.
So no, not every realtor needs a podcast, but like if you want to make one, do it.
And have fun with it.
It's not, what's it hurting anyone?
Yeah. You just realize that you're going to have comments that say stupid shit. There was one guy that wanted us to sell feet pics.
I don't know what you said to that, but I'm not opposed to it. I'll step on some spaghetti. I'll get a pedicure. I get pedicures regularly. So like whatever you need me to do, if it involves my feet, I'll do it. Well, I can't say anything. I am afraid of bugs. And like I'm a kind of a germphobe. So like obviously nothing like that's gonna, if it's food, I'll step in food. I don't know. If you want to see my foot. So I don't know if I should say who they're. Okay, so two of my friends told me that they were in Walmart and some guy approached them and was like, wow, you guys have really nice arches on their feet. And they do have pretty feet, but like that's just like funny to me. And I'm super flat-footed, so I don't think anybody's going to be into that. But I do get my toes done on the reg, so.
I think homie and deleted them all.
Well, just so you know, like if I sold feet pics, my husband wouldn't care, so.
So me and a friend, we were joking about it one time and we were at the casino. So we hit the spin button with our toes.
You should. And took a video people would probably love to see that.
So one of the comments on this picture that we posted back in March, and this bitch just responded like a few weeks ago, said, I promise you that the money you're spending on advertising this podcast is not doing what you're hoping it's going to do. I said, joke's on you. We've been trying to figure out what it's supposed to be doing for years now. Bitch!
What does that even mean?
He's essential. We're not spending advertising money.
That's what I was wondering. Like, what is he talking about?
I know. And then somebody was like, send a gift that's like money, please, thinking that we're like money hungry.
Because we sell so many things on our podcast.
I said current revenue. I said current revenue, vibes, future revenue, hopefully this gift.
I don't even see those.
Yeah, I don't know where the foot guy went, which is such a bummer because he was like because it was the picture with our feet. Like you could see our socks.
Oh, yeah, he wanted us to take our socks off.
Yeah, he wanted us to take our socks off. Erica's got nice feet. I do not.
I'm not saying that they're nice. They're really flat. But I don't know why. I don't know why they're so flat, but I'm just saying I get my toes done. Well, I have to get pedicures on the reg. So if I could essentially make that a write-off, just you want me to twirl some spaghetti or you press a button or pick up a remote, I got you.
Yep. You're so funny. Okay. Door knocking and cold calling.
What about it?
What's your take?
It's not for me. If someone knocks at my door, I'm not answering it. Exactly. If someone calls my phone, I'm not answering it. And if someone calls I'm going to answer my phone. But like if it's like a lot of times you can leave me a voicemail and I'll return your call immediately.
My voicemail does say that. Like because there's too many spam fucking calls out there. I'm not answering it if it's a random number. So my voicemail specifically says if you don't leave me a voicemail or shoot me a text, I'm not responding. I'm not returning your call. So if you don't do either one of those things, and then it's so funny because there was one guy that he called me there was one number that called me like 4 times. And again, spammed calls me that much. So like, I don't know. So no voicemails ever left. Ended up calling the work number, be like, I've been trying to call this lady and she's not answering, keeps sending me to voicemail. And I'm like, did you tell him what my voicemail? Did he listen to my voicemail? Because it point blank says, I will not call you back if you do not tell me who you are. There's too many spam calls.
It's getting ridiculous.
And honestly, if I call back a random number and it is spam, I don't know the dangers of that. Like, do I get entered into a portal of spam and now they just hacked into my whole phone? I'm not doing it.
Oh my God, I didn't think about that.
I don't know. And so I'm not doing it. Or am I going to get stuck on a call where they're like, don't say yes or no because then they can take your recording, and I'm not fucking doing it. Leave a damn voicemail or shoot me a text. And all they wanted to know was what company replaced a roof on one of my listings. They have a sign out in the freaking front lawn. Go look at it.
I agree. No, you're fine. I definitely agree. One thing I do want to ask you, because I think these are going to be similar for both of us. Sorry, I have to readjust. I can't sit straight.
Me neither, guys.
I can't. Okay, I have mine in my head already. The quickest way to stress out a realtor is blank. I'll go first. If we have 7 showing schedule, then you ask me to throw in one more and it's like smack dab in the middle and I have to go back through it, like readjust all the times or like add it before. Something like that is going to be the quickest way to stress me out. Or if I haven't heard from you in a really long time and you randomly text me and say, can we go see this house today right now, 3 p.m. works, and I already have a 3 p.m. and I'm just like, no, because I don't want to say no. I want to make it work, but that stresses me out big time.
I don't know.
You don't get stressed? That's fair.
I mean, I think I get stressed when I have a lot going on at one time. What I guess I don't like is, I guess, indecisiveness stresses me out. Like, make up your damn mind so I can do my job. And 2, like, spamming me with information and like getting not shitty, or making it seem like I need to respond right now. Like, I don't know. Those things are the only things. And I don't know if that stresses me out. The second one, it just gives me anxiety when they're all of a sudden my phone with the same client's like, da-ding, 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 da-ding. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
But no, indecisiveness stresses me out because I'm like, I feel like I'm in limbo of what I need to do. Like, I feel like there's a task that may need to be done and I can't check it off because you have me in limbo. That stresses me out. But that, again, anxiety.
Or like if you do something, okay, this is what stresses me out too. I'm hoping I can articulate it the way that it actually happens. Say you have an issue, right? And I can't even think of one that, like, nothing's coming to mind. But say you have an issue that could potentially make or break a transaction, right? And you've done all you needed to do, but you're just waiting on the other person. And like, I know you've said before that you're just like, okay, it's out of my hands now. Some of those things, I'm just like, I need this to be fixed. I need this to be fixed before I can move on. Like, I need someone to respond to me. And so that is hard. That stresses me out. Like, it gets me anxious because I'm like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's valid.
I don't know what my hands were. Okay, so I was having this conversation with Eris yesterday, and it has to do with like client management, right? Because we've said before, like when they're like, what would you offer? So I've been trying to find ways to do a couple of things. One, not do what my IVF clinic did to me and be like, whatever you want to do, we're going to do it. And like, your outcome is based on you. No, I'm going to give you my guidance and my opinion. I'm also going to tell you like, this is my opinion, doesn't mean it's something that you should do. But if you're asking me what I would do, this is what I would do. So he is really good at like going through, like running the comp, seeing if something is like, priced well, whatever. And if someone's asking him like, hey, what do you think I should offer? And he's like, well, I'm thinking this. So this is what I've been noticing recently. If you write an offer and it's low, that agent is doing what I would do, calling everybody who had interest to be like, hey, just want to let you know, we did receive an offer, did your buyers want to, like, shaking the trees as they should. So what I would tell them is like, hey, just so you know, there's a couple different things that we could do. If you offer them what they want, you're not getting a great deal. No, that's true. But also they're going to take it. They're not going to counter. You're going to be fine. But if you want to go in low, just know that there's a risk for it. And like, if you're like, hey, this is the one, I want to get this house, whatever, then like, this is what you need to do. This is what they're asking. This is what you need to pay. If this is the one, I can't lose it no matter what, then that's what you need to do. I think that it's that simple. Yeah. It's not like, well, we can try to get you good. No, if this is the one and you're saying I want to do anything that I can to get this house, then offer them what they're asking. And that's how you can not assure it, but you're going to have the best chance of getting it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want a good deal and that's more important to you than this specific house, then we need to do this. And like, I don't know why it just like clicked in my head. And it is common sense, but like, instead of beating around the bush, you know what I'm saying?
100%. Make a goddamn decision and tell your clients what you think they should do. Like, that is.
Why are we so scared to do that? Why are we so scared to tell them
people are
what
scared
we
to make
think we should
decisions?
do? Because, okay, so yesterday I showed a client a house to a client. It did have one big deal breaker, right? But for them, which I understood. But aside from that one thing, that's one that I was going to not push on them, but just like stress the importance of like, hey, this is a great house at a great price. Like, this is a great location.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a good one. Like, I wouldn't pass this up. And just like specifically saying that, because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we know in our guts, but like, instead of being like, well, what do you think? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying push them and be like, this is the one you need to buy, but also the sense of urgency. Like, I mean, we know a good deal when we see one. We
Yeah.
know if a house is solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have that. That's what we do. And
Yeah.
so I guess just not being afraid to tell them that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I feel like we just never want to be like, there's some agents that just never want to be responsible if it doesn't work out the way. But at the end of the day, like, that's what you're there for. And if it doesn't work out, not necessarily your fault, even if it was at your advice. Like, you don't have a crystal ball to be able to say what this next buyer is going to do, but you have a pretty good fucking idea, and you should be telling your clients that.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. And I think like for a while I was like, I would say, for a good long while, I was not confident in what I thought, but more uncomfortable with like being as strongly opinionated as I am. But
Yeah.
that's also something that I talk about up front to my buyers. Is like, if I think this is a really good deal, I'm gonna let you know. If I think it's if I think
Yeah.
it's priced high, if I think it's this, if I think it's that, I'm gonna tell you, and that's how you ultimately, I think, earn respect. Like going to meet
Agreed.
my deep pocket clients, I even told them, I was like, you guys, I think this house is priced high, and they were willing to, they have money, they're
Yeah.
paying cash for it, they don't care. But I'm like, this is high. I was like, look at what you're getting for it. And I think that alone just earned me the respect, because I wasn't there just to push them into something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
100%. 100%. I agree.
Thank you for coming
We're-
to my TED Talk.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk. It is 46 minutes. That went by so quick.
Those were so fun.
All right.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. Hope
That was fun.
you guys thought that was fun as well. Don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube at Agents After Hours Podcast for more behind the scenes chaos, real estate talk, and unfiltered conversations.
And if you are looking for different ways to grow your business and you are looking for some resources to purchase, you can visit hustlehumblepodcast.com. They're a really, really great real estate podcast, but they do have really great resources that they sell, might I add. And you can use code After Hours at checkout to get $100 off.
And don't forget, you can shop some of our favorites on our Amazon storefront. We'll have the link in the description. And yeah.
Yep. And then if you are going through funny real estate stuff or just anything, and you know what, I'm going to open up the floor. If you want to talk about anything, or you want to say anything anonymously and you want to give me and Paige's blind reaction, you can submit it on our anonymous forum.
Absolutely. Go over to our Facebook page or our Instagram, and you'll see the link for that. And yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.